There was a YCS this weekend that I bet everybody didn't realize. Lack of coverage and things like that definitely made this one go whoop underneath radar. Would explain why we haven't gotten a ban list yet. YCS Sydney, Australia. Well, we have our top 32 breakdown from the event. If this does not solidify much needed hits on a certain deck in the format, I don't know what will. Let's dig on into the likes of an event which you've never seen before. Yeah, it's all Orcust. Shall we? If you stopped watching this video, I don't blame you. Alright, so, top cut. Ooh, for numbers and representation and all that fun, fancy stuff out there. We have a lot of Orcust. And I mean, if you told me that Orcust didn't have the craziest highest representation ceiling that we've ever seen in this game, I'd be like, yeah, you're probably crazy. Well, numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. We had 19 of those stupid things showing up and just ruining people's day. That's right. And then one of them is denoted as a spiral deck. Well, you're probably like, Spiral Orcust. Yeah, I've seen the formulas. Curious is a very good card. It's kind of nice that you can splash this into the deck, but 19 Striker Orcust, by the way. Buy Hornet drones. See you never. Everybody wave. Okay, you guys can stop now. Alright. Just saying that it's funny because we only had 2 Striker decks in Top Cut, and everybody else is just playing the splash package. Like, Hornet drones. Once again, press Fs, boys. Gotta pay your respects. Bye. See you next year. We'll leave engage at 3. We'll just ban Hornet drones. Fixes the problem. So, on the discussion of the sub-ban list here, 19 Orcust Striker. Well, is banning Babel enough to stop the deck? Because we do have the new Armageddon Knight support card coming around the corner here. What will we leave the deck as a former shell of itself enough to participate in the metagame? You know, if we kill Babel, we allow Crescendo to be the normal play. I'm pretty much fine with that, but hello? Numbers. Like, 2 things gotta go. One of them's Horn Drones, the other one's gotta be Babel. If we don't touch Babel, Galtea better be going to 1. I'm just saying. Galtea don't... You know, the crazy thing here is, we could ban World Wand, and we do hurt the combo a little bit. That's some food for thought that was brought to my attention. It's like, you know, we can just outright kill World Wand, and we stop the recursion of the combo. But Galtea and Harp to 1 if we don't go after the Babel. If we go after the Babel, okay, problem solved. So, going through the rest of Top Cut here, I see that we had the 1 Spiral deck. Now, this is pre-Magician Souls, by the way. That's the thing that, like, boggles my mind here most. It's like, So, 1 Spiral player decided that he wanted to do full combo wombo with his Orcust deck, but he wanted to play Spiral Wobble cards, too. So, he decided to just combo up and play Orcust. Good on you, sir. You are a genius. Or female, or whatever you identify as. I'm just guessing here, man. Alright, we had 4 Salamangreat decks. Okay, that's great. Alright, like, Salad, we have the discussion right now. If we go after Orcust and we go after Striker, do we follow up hit Salad? And I think that Salad will only move up the ladder if we... Well, obviously Salad moves up the ladder. Why wouldn't it? Preemptive hits on the deck might not be a bad thing at the moment, but wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. You know, numbers from this event might not be considered heavily for the ban list, but let's be honest here. 20 Orcust decks. Alright, so we had 2 Sky Striker decks here. One of them was pure, and we had 1 of the True Draco variant. Well, technically True Draco Orcust will probably walk away pretty unscathed from the next list if we just kill Hornet drones. But pure Sky Striker has just gotten anally wrecked this whole format. Like, I actually feel bad for the deck at this point in its lifespan. Like, there's no walking back from this. Like, we're about to lose Hornet Drones, which is just going to shut the deck off from climbing ladders even more because of the splashability of the engine. But here we are. Like, this is the situation we find ourselves in. So, yeah, collateral damage is coming. Like, at least Striker's representation in Top Cut has gone down. You know, previously we've seen this be way higher, and Banless has done wonderful at, you know, hitting this. But, you know, we do have Rose around the corner. We have other good things to come. So, we'll give it at that. And then we had 2 Pendulum decks. Kudos to Pendulum out here. This deck is still evolving. This deck is still sitting at the dinner table, and it's like, my name's Triff, you see. And I'm going to continue to try to top these events. Well, people out there really do believe in this deck. And it's not that it's a scary thing. Actually, it's kind of nice that we have so many Pendulum players out there in the world. But 2 Pendulum fighting back against the horror that this metagame is putting up. We had 1 Altergeist player. Now, this also isn't one of those feel-bad moments. One Geist in Top Cut is pretty okay. I also don't know how many participants we had at this event, but it's good enough to see that 1 Altergeist with the full bounceability things that the deck's got going on for it, amongst everything else, is still able to keep up with today's metagame. Yeah, it's sad that it was 1, but you're in such an Orcust-dominated format at this point. Like, what are you supposed to do as an Altergeist player? Like, the board that they make is usually pretty good, and then you just kind of flop around like a dead fish trying to recover for most of it. And then the biggest surprise in Top Cut here, 1 World Chalice deck managed to squeal on by and make its way into the Top Cut. Now, we don't know if this was the infinite spam Gamma Seal BS that we've kind of come to see and know and love, or if this was just more of your standard build a board, deny your opponent the chance to play the game. I'm assuming it was the lighter of the 2. But I've seen what this deck can do. It does do relatively good things when it gets the chance to do them, but it's still World Chalice. The deck still requires a heavy amount of combo ability to get off the ground. And if you've ever seen a brick from this deck, it is the most unplayable hot garbage you've ever actually seen. So kudos to the player actually making his way into top 32 with this. And then we had 1 Thunder. Okay, Thunder is always just going to be there. There's nothing that we can do about it or, you know, really expect out of it. And then we also had 1 Infernoid making it on in to the Top Cut here. Infernoid continuing to be that rogue pick that for some reason is doing well. Now, I don't get it either. It does okay regionally. The deck doesn't do so good locally. But like, it's at that regional level right now that it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm able to participate and actually do well. So that kind of caught my attention. Now, as we go through Top Cut, Sky Striker Orcust numbers really remain. The World Chalice deck didn't make it past top 32, which was really sad. And then top 8 was just a cheese destruction show. And then it looks like we made it all the way to the finals of Solomon Great versus Sky Striker Orcust. So what are we taking away from this event? What are the key factoids here? Well, Sky Striker's numbers, Sky Striker Orcust numbers for the hybrid are insane. They are literally through the roof. We are definitely expecting some sort of hit to this deck. To the people that are like, I don't really want to see this deck die, Hornet Drones of Babel literally cleans it up. To the rest of the metagame, numbers don't look that bad. You know, we had a Pendulum deck carry itself up through top 8. Like, that's pretty good. In a Pendulum-oriented format? Alright, I dig that. I dig that quite a lot. Outside of that, this format is extremely boring. We have Spiral on the horizon, we have Ignition Assault. We don't know anything about this pirate archetype that we're supposed to be getting. You know, give us time, I assume we'll find out more about it. But what do you guys think about more of your standard stale metagame with the Fat Man, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment. I guess I'm out. Peace. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanColt40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.